see everybody joining in our live stream this morning. And I see that we have Michael and we have Kindergarten. Good morning, Kindergarten. And we have Felix and Iris and Vera and Yoshi. And let's see, I can't read all of those names. Let's pop them up here. We have grade 3 online, Ethan, Liam D, Liam W, Marley, Victor, Casper, Henry, Eva, and Catherine. Wow, we've got a full room today. And we also have Stephen, which is great. And yes, we have a nice room full of people. And that's great. We're actually on our 25th live stream. So if you've been following along, now we are at episode 25, and we're going to be learning a whole bunch of stuff about our composer that we've been talking about. And I'll leave it up to you guys to remind me of his name, if you remember who we were talking about. And what we're going to do to start with is we're going to do one of our songs that some people are familiar with, have been able to follow along with our live streams. Others, maybe this might be new. So this is called an echo song, and it's basically a repeat after me song. And it's called Purple Lights. So those of you that know it will be able to join along. And those of you who don't know it can just repeat after me and you'll get to know the song too. So this one's called Purple Lights. And it goes like this. Purple lights in the canyon, that is where I long to be, with my 3 good companions, my guitar, my pony, and me. So, to help explain, for those of you who haven't done this before, every time I make a little bit of a gap, you sing what I just sang. So let's just try the first verse and remind you, okay? Purple lights in the canyon, that is where I long to be, with my 3 good companions, my guitar, my pony, and me. Now that last line, my guitar, my pony, and me, that is sung at the end of every verse. So we all sing that together at the end of every verse every time. Okay, let's try the whole thing, and then you will be able to sing the whole thing with me if you followed like I just showed you right now. Okay, here we go. Purple lights in the canyon, that is where I long to be, with my 3 good companions, my guitar, my pony, and me. Whippoorwill in the willow sings a song, a melody, for my 3 good companions, my guitar, my pony, and me. Gonna hang my sombrero on the limb of a tree, for my 3 good companions, my guitar, my pony, and me. No more cows to be roping on the limb of a tree, just my 3 good companions, my guitar, my pony, and me. My guitar, my pony, and me. Okay, I hope you were able to follow along with that and sing some of the words. It's a very cool song, and a lot of people really think that they can imagine the pony walking along, as that song goes. So the other song that we've been doing is a very cool song about how neat it would be if we could have a lollipop tree in our backyard. Well, this song is all about someone that tried that, and they had varying success with it. So let's see what happens when we sing about the lollipop tree. And I'm going to quickly go over the chorus for people who haven't done it before. And it goes, ha, 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 ho, 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 what a place to be, under my lollipop, 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 lolly, lolly, lollipop tree. So there we go. Let's try the first line. Sing after me. Ha, 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 ho, 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 what a place to be. Your turn. Ha, 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 ho, 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 what a place to be. Then, under my lollipop, 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 lolly, lolly, lollipop tree. Your turn. Under my lollipop, 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 lolly, lolly, lollipop tree. Okay, so the rest of the song is a story all about what happens when the person is making the lollipop tree grow. So I'll sing the verse. If you know it, by all means, you can sing along. But if you don't, at least you can sing the chorus, okay? One fine day in early spring, I played a funny trick. Out in the yard behind my house, I planted a lollipop stick. And every day I watered it well and watched it carefully, and hoped one day that stick would grow into a lollipop tree. Oh, ha, 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 ho, 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 what a place to be, under my lollipop, 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 lolly, lolly, lollipop tree. Okay, then let's find out what happened after that. Then one day I went to find a very lovely sight. A tree all full of lollipops had grown in the dead of night. I sat beneath that wonderful tree and looked up with a grin. And when I opened up my mouth, a lollipop dropped right in. Oh, ha, 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 ho, 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 what a sight to see, under my lollipop, 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 lolly, lolly, lollipop tree. Then we go to winter. Winter came and days grew cold, as winter days will do. And on my tree, my lovely tree, not one little lollipop grew. From every branch an icicle hung, the limbs were bare as bones. But when I broke those icicles off, they turned into ice cream cones. Oh, ha, 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 ho, 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 what a place to be, under my lollipop, 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 lolly, lolly, lollipop tree. Ha, 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 ho, 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 what a place to be, under my lollipop, 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 lolly, lolly, lollipop tree. Under my lollipop, 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 lolly, lolly, lollipop tree. Okay, great job if you managed to sing along with the chorus with that one. That's wonderful. Okay, I'm going to put the guitar away for a second, and we will just pop that off there, and then we'll have a look and see if we have anybody else that has managed to join us today. Here we are. We have Evan. And we have, oh, look who we have here. We have Miss Winter here with grade 1. And we have Tommy, Adia, Mickey, Parka, Lulu, Marta, Tallulah, Zoe M., and of course, Miss Winter. Wonderful. So we are so happy that you could join us today. That's fantastic. And then we also have Behlul as well. So that's wonderful. All right. So I'm so happy that we're all together on this 25th episode. And right at the very beginning, if you were tuned in then, I played a piece of music called Minuet in G. And that was by our composer that we learned about on Wednesday, if you tuned in. And his name was Franz Joseph Haydn. And he wrote so much music, and he lived a very, very long time ago. And we spoke about him having lived way back in 1732, which is a very, very long time ago. And back then, the things were very, very different. We had no electricity. We had no computers, no television. And at nighttime, you would have to take a candle or an oil lamp with you to be able to go, if you wanted to be able to see at nighttime. But if you didn't have a lamp or a candle, or back then, a lot of people couldn't afford it, then people would just go to bed. They would go to bed if it was dark, because if they couldn't see, they couldn't do anything. And then when they got up, that would be when the sun got up. So they would get up at sunrise and they go to bed at sunset. So very interesting things to know about back in 1732, a lot different than now. Now, we learned that Franz Joseph Haydn also had a nickname. He had a nickname because he wrote so many symphonies. They called him the father of the symphony. The father of the symphony. So he must have written a lot of symphonies. And I wonder if any of you out there remember how many symphonies that Haydn wrote. It was a lot. And everybody at the last class on Wednesday was guessing. And they were guessing maybe it was 10 or 20 or 30 or 40. And we talked about how many it was on that day. And let's see. Oh, very, very good. Here we have Stephen, who remembered. Well done, Stephen. That it was 104 symphonies. So no wonder that they called him the father of the symphony if he was able to write 104 symphonies. That's fantastic. Okay, so the symphony that we heard about on Wednesday was the Surprise Symphony. And we learned that people sometimes used to fall asleep in Haydn's concerts because they would eat a very big meal before they would go. And sometimes they would fall asleep, especially the prince that used to ask Haydn to write those symphonies. And so Haydn decided he was going to play a trick. And on the second section of his symphony that they called the Surprise Symphony, he started it very, very, very quiet. And then at the end of one of the parts of it, he did a really big, loud chord and went boom. And apparently it woke the prince up. And everybody thought that that was a very cool little trick that Haydn played. So now today, we're going to learn about another symphony. And because we heard the Surprise Symphony, we're going to learn about the Clock Symphony, and it was his 101st symphony that he wrote, so very close to being the last one. And this symphony got the name the Clock Symphony because there was a very cool part in the second part of this, and it sounded like a clock. Now, I don't know if a lot of you have ticking clocks in your house, and I actually don't have one in my house because I find I can't sleep with a ticking clock. I don't know if any of you can, but I do have my musical clock right here, which I've shown us before. I'm just going to bring it nice and close. Some of you might have one of these at home. This is a very special musical clock because it can go different speeds. And this particular kind of musical clock helps us to play in time. So here we are, here's the middle of it. So it's going to kind of sound. Yeah, that's about medium speed, isn't it? I wonder what will happen if I push this all the way up to the top. I wonder how it's going to play this time. Let's see. That's a lot slower, isn't it? So that would be good if you had a slow song or a slow piece of music. And then how about if I push it all the way down to the bottom? How is that going to go? That was a lot faster, wasn't it? So that is my musical clock, and it has a special name. And I wonder if any of you have one of these, you know what it's called. I'm going to put it up here. It's called a metronome. A metronome. So now that you know what my musical clock for keeping time and music sounds like, I'm going to put the music on for the clock symphony that we're going to be listening to, and see if you can imagine this going tick-tock, or if you have a ticking clock at home, oops, then you could imagine that. Okay, so let's give it a listen and see. And I have a special little sheet here for us to be able to follow along with it. And you can see that all of the beats here are little clocks. Isn't that very cool? And then when we get to here, there is no hands on this clock. So I'm going to leave it to you guys to show me or to tell me what happens when we get to the clock that has no hands. So we'll see if you know what that is. So I'm going to put the music on and we'll follow along. Are you ready? Okay, I wonder, did you figure out what happened when we got to the part here when there was nothing? When we got to this one, then there was no hands on it. Did you notice that the ticking sound stopped? So there's reason that there were no hands there at all were because there was no ticking going on. And the ticking was provided by the stringed instruments. And when they were plucking the strings, that was what was making the sounds. That was what we heard. And then when there was no hands on the clock, they weren't doing the plucking sounds anymore. And that's very good. And actually, Felix was saying that when we get to that part, there was no beat. There was no beat going on at that point. So well done, Felix. Yes, that's exactly what was happening. Or in this case, not happening. So Haydn was very, very experienced at writing music. And he got so good at it that he could actually make us hear things like that in the music. So that's very, very cool. Okay, so on Monday, we're going to hear some more music. But for today, that was our little snippet about Haydn, where we were learning about his very famous clock symphony. Okay, so I think we're time for another song. We've been learning a song all about in this time of year when people are planting their gardens and when they're sowing the seeds and they're making things grow. I wonder how many of you guys at home have been planting seeds, or maybe your parents have been planting seeds so that you can have vegetables and fruits to eat over the summer. So this is our song called Oats and Beans and Barley Grow. So let's see if we can all sing that one. I'm going to do the chorus first, and then you can sing along with me. So it goes, oats and beans and barley grow, oats and beans and barley grow. Do you or I or anyone know how oats and beans and barley grow? Everybody might know that one, or maybe they've heard it before. Let's try. Oats and beans and barley grow, oats and beans and barley grow. Do you or I or anyone know how oats and beans and barley grow? First the farmer plants his seed, stands up tall and takes his ease. He stamps his foot and claps his hand and turns around to view the land. Now here we have the chorus again. Ready? Oats and beans and barley grow, oats and beans and barley grow. Do you or I or anyone know how oats and beans and barley grow? Then the farmer waters the ground, watches the sunshine all around. He stamps his foot and claps his hand and turns around to view the land. Oats and beans and barley grow, oats and beans and barley grow. Do you or I or anyone know how oats and beans and barley grow? Let's sing the chorus one last time. Ready? Oats and beans and barley grow, oats and beans and barley grow. Do you or I or anyone know how oats and beans and barley grow? Okay, nice job with that. So the other thing that we have been doing is we have been singing a song called A Rig-a-Jig Jig. And we have been having so much fun with this song because it has animals in the song. And it was your job to help me write some verses for the song. And so we had the animal, and whatever the first letter of the name of the animal was, we took that first letter and thought of something that animal could be doing. So we've had a lot of fun with that. We had like a pirouetting pig, and we had, what was the other one that we had? Oh, yes, we had a crazy cat. We had a dancing dog. We had all kinds of really great ideas. And so in our comments section on the Facebook page, if you were watching from there, people were putting in their ideas. And so today I have a bunch of those that we're going to do today. So let's have a look. I'm going to click on it and you're going to see it. It's going to go along the bottom of your screen, and you're going to see the person's name, and you're going to see what they came up with for our song. So here we go. So it's going to keep going. So if you miss it the first time, you'll be able to join in with that. Okay, so the Rig-a-Jig-Jig song is very, very cool. And you're going to notice all these verses that we're going to do. So I'm going to do the Leaping Llama to start with, so you can get an idea of how it goes. So it goes, as I was walking down the street, down the street, down the street, a leaping llama I chanced to meet. Hi-ho, hi-ho, hi-ho. Now our chorus for that goes, a rig-a-jig-jig and away we go, away we go, away we go, a rig-a-jig-jig and away we go. Hi-ho, hi-ho, hi-ho. Let's sing that one more time, and then you'll get used to that when we get to there. A rig-a-jig-jig and away we go, away we go, away we go, a rig-a-jig-jig and away we go. Hi-ho, hi-ho, hi-ho. Okay, so our very first one we're going to sing about was Stephen's one, and his verse, we're going to see it pop up here. This one was a dancing deer. Let's try. As I was walking down the street, down the street, down the street, a dancing deer I chanced to meet. Hi-ho, 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 a rig-a-jig-jig and away we go, way we go, way we go, a rig-a-jig-jig and away we go. Hi-ho, hi-ho, hi-ho. Then we're going to sing Felix's Silly Sardine. As I was walking down the street, down the street, down the street, a silly sardine I chanced to meet. Hi-ho, 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 a rig-a-jig-jig and away we go, way we go, way we go, a rig-a-jig-jig and away we go. Hi-ho, hi-ho, hi-ho. Okay, and then Felix came up with another one, which I thought was very cool. I sure wouldn't want to meet this, though. An angry armadillo. Here we go. As I was walking down the street, down the street, down the street, an angry armadillo I chanced to meet. Hi-ho, 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 a rig-a-jig-jig and away we go, way we go, way we go, a rig-a-jig-jig and away we go. Hi-ho, hi-ho, hi-ho. Okay, then we have Behlul's Fast Frog. As I was walking down the street, down the street, down the street, a fast frog I chanced to meet. Hi-ho, 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 a rig-a-jig-jig and away we go, way we go, way we go, a rig-a-jig-jig and away we go. Hi-ho, hi-ho, hi-ho. Okay, then we have Winston's Bouncing Bunny. Here we go. As I was walking down the street, down the street, down the street, a bouncing bunny I chanced to meet. Hi-ho, 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 a rig-a-jig-jig and away we go, way we go, way we go, a rig-a-jig-jig and away we go. Hi-ho, hi-ho, hi-ho. Okay, then we have Vera's Sleepy Snake. As I was walking down the street, down the street, down the street, a sleepy snake I chanced to meet. Hi-ho, 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 a rig-a-jig-jig and away we go, way we go, way we go, a rig-a-jig-jig and away we go. Hi-ho, hi-ho, hi-ho. And then the last one for today, we have Evan's Reading Rabbit. That would be pretty cool. As I was walking down the street, down the street, down the street, a reading rabbit I chanced to meet. Hi-ho, 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 a rig-a-jig-jig and away we go, way we go, way we go, a rig-a-jig-jig and away we go. Hi-ho, 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 a rig-a-jig-jig and away we go, way we go, way we go, a rig-a-jig-jig and away we go. Hi-ho, hi-ho, hi-ho. Okay, well, that was a great song, and we had some super interesting verses, and we've been having so much fun with putting that all together, and everyone's been suggesting some amazing things, and I'm very, very sure that if I look at the comments right now, there's going to be a whole bunch more. Let's have a look here. We've got a deadly dog. We've got a mad mammoth. We've got flying fish. And grade 3, what did they come up with? A scurrying mouse. Good. And then we have an Indian iguana. And let's see what else we have here. There was a couple more that were left on here. Oh, Felix's rude robin. A rude robin. Maybe it was just chirping way too loud. And then the last one on here we have is Evan's Sneaky Snake. So you guys have been really, really good coming up with stuff for our song, and it's been so much fun. I think next week what we'll do is we'll try our Down by the Bay song. So it's kind of similar to that. But this time it's rhyming words. So remember stuff like if you ever saw a bat wearing a hat, or if you ever saw a pig doing a jig. So this time we're going to think of rhyming words for Down by the Bay. So if you want to start thinking of stuff for Down by the Bay, we will definitely start, we'll add all those together and we'll do some funny Down by the Bay verses on Monday. Well, thank you so much, everybody, for joining us today. It was great to see so many people here. for our 25th episode. And I hope that you all have a wonderful weekend. And we will see you all here on Monday. Bye for now.